Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mai, and today's video is this amazing little Taurus themed apartment that I have built for a little series that I have going on. And if you haven't seen my Aries apartment build, which you probably haven't, I have built 2 apartment buildings in the world of, I think it's New Crest or something, the empty world. So yeah, I built 2 apartment buildings, both on the same lot. One for air signs and fire signs, and the other one for earth signs and water signs. And I am building apartments in each one for each zodiac sign. And since Taurus season is officially happening, I am building a Taurus themed one for today's video. And I absolutely love the way that it turned out. It's so cute and very detailed, very cluttered, not like in like a, I don't know, like a scattered way, but more in just like a very like lived in and detailed way. I just really love how it turned out. I like it way more than the Aries themed one. Maybe that's just because this one is more in my style. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. Also, before I continue on with the video, I want to say a huge thank you for the overwhelming amount of love that I've received on my last few videos. It has just been, I don't know, it's been so exciting and has filled me with so much love and happiness, and I appreciate every single one of you. You're all amazing. But yeah, the kitchen came together fairly quickly. I had a very clear color scheme in mind, and the living room actually also came together pretty well. The style, at least, I think I had maybe a little bit of trouble executing certain elements of it, but overall, I'm so happy with the way that it turned out. And one of those elements that I'm actually talking about is the curtains here that we're working with. I really wanted to use 2 curtains for this. I wanted to use these very like boho kind of weaved ones from high school years and pair them with these like draped ones from the movie Hangout stuff pack. And I had a little bit of trouble figuring out how to do it, but in the end, thankfully I got it, and I pretty much used it everywhere. I very much wanted to use like a boho style for this. I have a lot of Tauruses in my life. One of my like best friends, my sister's a Taurus. I have like a lot of people in my family that are also Tauruses, and I don't know, they're really fun. I just like, I don't know, I love Tauruses. I think they're great. I think they're very like creative. They're very loyal, and they're very like, I mean, obviously stubborn, but I feel like we all have a little bit of a stubborn side. I'd say more just like strong-willed, determined people. But yeah, I think they're also, I don't know, they're very like classic. They have a certain ethereal vibe to them, in my opinion. So I've tried to also incorporate that. I feel like the little armchair that I used, and even like the couch, like, and the love seat as well, have that kind of more classic, elegant element, and I really love that. And I also used, of course, a lot of the earthy tones, a lot of green. They are an earth sign, so it makes sense. And of course, a lot of plants. Something that Tauruses are fairly known for is their love of plants, and I think mostly just the effort that they make to make their home a home. I really wanted that to come through here, and I really hope that I got it right. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you're a Taurus, if you have a lot of Tauruses in your lives, just what's your opinion? I'm really glad I actually got to use this plant from Crystal Creations. It's a plant that is very, I don't know, it has a lot of leaves that kind of extend in a very 360 way that make it a little bit hard to place sometimes, because you don't usually place plants right in the middle of a room, especially one as big as that one. So yeah, I'm very glad that I found a little corner for it. And I really like this entryway a lot. The little table that I used from Horse Ranch paired with that mirror from Base Game. I don't really get to use that mirror a lot, but it looked so cute in that corner. And of course, here in the entryway, placing some shoes, and I love that little like hook and mail holder. It's just really cute. It's from Everyday Clutter, and it's just amazing. Over here in this corner, I'm starting by placing this gaming table from, I think it's growing together. Yeah, it's growing together. But this area ends up changing so much. I end up extending this island. You probably saw in the little clip at the beginning, the island area ends up changing completely, and it ends up looking way, way better. I'm so happy with the result. I'm so happy that I actually found my way and didn't just leave it like this, because this all just looks very like choppy, very lazy. I don't think that it looks inviting. I mean, I don't think you'd want to just play games in a hallway, but this is actually my favorite area that we're starting on now, which is the dining area. Obviously, it's my favorite area. I used it for the thumbnail, but just combined with the fact that like the style and each like element, each part of this space is amazing and very much my style. It's also that it came together like really easily. Like I thought that this space was going to be more complicated, especially for everything that I kind of had in mind. And also, I don't know, it was a little bit awkward. I didn't feel like putting a bar. Yeah, I found this piano from Growing Together, which is perfect in here. But yeah, I wasn't really sure what I wanted. Also, when I thought to myself that I wanted to do a gallery wall, I was also like, I'm crazy. But thankfully that also came together really, really nicely. And I love the way that it turned out. And I'm probably going to kind of copy this exact layout and the exact paintings that I'm using here in another build, because it just, I don't know, they all look so nice together. But this corner is just so special. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. And over here, I had no idea what else to do with this dining room. And obviously rugs are a difficult thing for me, but it actually did not take me as long as most like rug situations take me. If you've seen any of my other builds, you might have noticed that I always take forever to pick a rug. But over here, I thought, you know, oh, maybe I'll do like a shelving situation. I didn't want to do another gallery wall. So I thought, okay, I'll just like put a bunch of plants on here. But while I was scrolling through like decorations, I found these like wall vines and I was like, okay, hold on a minute. I pulled out these like sticks from, I don't know what to call them, these like sticks from Eco Lifestyle, and they come in two orientations, both vertical and horizontal, and on them I have placed the vines. And oh my goodness, it turned out so, so nice. I feel like it makes this space look so unique and so full of life, and I can't believe that I've never done this before. I do actually end up doing it again in the bedroom on like a little wall where I was kind of stuck on things to do. Not on camera, but you'll maybe see a little bit of it in the screenshots. I don't really remember. But I also put some hanging plants kind of sticking out from it to give it a little bit more of a 3D look. And I don't know, it looks so cute. So yeah, I'm just definitely gonna do that again. And I also just added a little bit of plants on the side just for a little bit of framing as well. Yeah, because the little gaps are also, yeah, they also needed a little bit of love. I think it helps also cascade like the very tallness of this feature wall, bring it down a little bit. I try to do that a lot whenever I use like dividers or things like that, whenever there's some kind of tall element. And I also noticed that this kind of kitchen now, with all of the details in the dining room, is looking a little bit bare. I later on end up adding also another kind of like feature wall, just kind of tiling on this back wall, just to give it a little bit of a backsplash, just like a base game brown one. And I actually think it looks pretty amazing. And over here behind the tea machine, I added some mugs. I really wanted to use the mug rack, but it was a little bit too chunky. I think it would be really cool if we get like a shelf or something, or like hooks on the wall that have some mugs hanging out or hanging down. I think that would be a really cool addition. And again, just adding some stuff on the walls so that it doesn't look too bare. I don't know why I didn't think of the feature wall yet, but we are gonna start a little bit on the hallway, but it ends up looking completely different. I actually end up bringing these bookshelves back. I don't know why I didn't keep them at the beginning, but in post-production, I do come to my senses and I put them back. Right now, I think I'm trying to go for the more like eco, a little bit more modern style. But yeah, there's something about those Crystal Creations bookshelves that just call out to me, and I think that they fit way, way better. I think this was a little bit, I think this style was just not it for this apartment. I should also point out that I end up changing all of the walls, all of the green blank walls, I end up changing to the one from Cottage Living that has all the vines. It looks amazing, it's way better. But yeah, I end up doing that in post-production. But we are working on the bathroom now. Because it's a smaller build, I include the bathroom. I don't usually do that for bigger builds, but for this one, we get a little treat. And yeah, it's very simple. We do have laundry in here, which is great. And yeah, just very simple appliances. I was gonna do just like a countersink, but I don't like the sinks that we have available to put in counters, especially for a bathroom setting. So I ended up going with this one from For Rent, and I really love the design on it, and I love the green and the flowers, so I think it's absolutely perfect. And yeah, we also put in a little bathroom shelf from Horse Ranch, and where we see the stool, that little like woven stool, I end up putting a litter box because I felt like this apartment needed a cat, so I, end up fitting it for a cat. So yeah, the bathroom is, again, pretty like easy, pretty simple. I end up placing this rug from Parenthood that has the leaves on it, obviously, really leaning into that plant theme, and even these towels that have the sunflowers. But we are moving on into the bedroom, and this is also where I kind of switched out the wallpaper, and I had no idea what to do for the bed and everything because I had a very clear idea for the wardrobe situation, which is using these two wardrobes from high school years and putting this entryway table between them to create kind of a fake vanity. We do have real vanities, but I wanted to do this instead, and I think it looks amazing, but that did kind of throw the style of this like apartment off, or sorry, not the apartment, but just the bedroom. It threw the style off a little bit because I think that the mid-century hadn't really come through in the rest of the build, and yeah, it was just a little bit difficult to try and blend it all together. But I did also use this as an excuse to use that chair from Paranormal Stuff, which I absolutely love. Yeah, for now we're looking at this bed from Dream Home Decorator, but I switch it over to this cottage living one, but don't worry, I don't even keep it. I will keep switching back and forth. I tried this one from Horse Ranch and I was like, oh, do I want the duvet to match the armchair? Not really. So I try it in this different swatch. I try to look at so many different beds. I end up settling on one from Base Game, but that'll come later. Now we're trying to figure out the armchairs. I was trying to bring in some of the mid-century from the right side of the room into the middle. So I tried to use the nightstands that match it, but that also didn't work. So yeah, this was a whole headache, and I was thinking about like how to edit some of it out, but it wasn't gonna work. And I also liked that one from Growing Together, but I used it in my Aries themed one and I didn't want to reuse it. But this is where we finally find our Base Game bed that it's an interesting style. I don't know if it's super perfect. I think that this room contains a lot of different patterns, a lot of different colors, but this bed just works. For me, it just works. But of course, I'd love to know what you guys think. I end up pairing it with the nightstands from Book Nook. So yeah, I just felt like there needed to be a few more books. The kind of career that I had in mind for the person that lives here is maybe like a writer, an artist, something very creative. I think in my head, Tauruses are just very creative and just thrive in those kinds of environments. At least the Tauruses in my life would thrive in that. And then I found this lamp from, I think it's like the Decor to the Max kit or something, and I loved the fringe on it, so I end up placing it in this corner and just kind of, I don't know, creating a little bit of a reading area for that. And I also thought it was kind of fitting because my sister, who's a Taurus, has a lamp that also kind of hangs over like that, and I always hit my head on it. So I was like, oh, you know what? This is kind of like a callback to a real Taurus apartment. Although her apartment looks nothing like this. She's a very minimalist person. Although I've never really seen her as a full-on like stereotypical Taurus. Her chart is actually Sagittarius dominant, so maybe I'll use her more as inspiration for the Sagittarius apartment. But yeah, I also placed just a lot more like, I don't know, art around and a lot of different like frames and stuff. I really love those the frames from, I think it's Realm of Magic, these like gold ones with the butterflies on them. I use them in the other like gallery wall that I use behind the piano in just a different swatch, and I had to use it here again. But yeah, just also figuring out some of the curtains in this room, just using the same ones that I used in the main space, and just filling in these little like diagonal corners around. For this one, I made another gallery wall above this armchair, and I really wish that we had more like wall bookshelves. I really like the one that came in the base game update for infants, but it is very obviously for a kid's room, so I'd love it if we got like a more mature version of that. But yeah, over here, trying to fill in this space under the lamp, I end up placing this little stool and just putting this little basket from Book Nook on it. I thought it was really cute and just added a little bit more storage. I end up placing plants on the actual nightstands, or like little flowers, so then yeah, there's just no room for the other items that are on that stool. Although I feel like if that was my room, although I don't know, I'd probably have clothes thrown all over the place, not just on that stool. There's actually a lot of seating to become the clothing chair. And at the foot of the bed, I'm looking for an ottoman. I end up using this one from Island Living. It had the perfect swatch, which I thought was really cool. And this apartment and every apartment has a little patio or balcony. And on this one, I obviously add some plants. And because you can't really put that many planters close together or else the plants won't actually plant, I also add a couple of just like regular plants from the menu and just kind of fill in the space around it to make it look a little bit more filled in and solidified in the space. And here I'm just adding some seating. I really wanted to use these benches from the backyard stuff pack, but they didn't have like the right swatch or anything, so I end up switching them out for these benches from Horse Ranch and obviously in the green swatch. And oh, I really like that like lamp that I found. I think it's from like the outdoor game pack or something, Outdoor Retreat. But yeah, adding like rug, more plants around. I also end up adding an easel later in post-production, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of adding it now. Was it post-production, or maybe it might be when I'm making the second bedroom here. Anyways, we'll find out together. But yeah, this like balcony ends up being really cute and quite functional for the type of sim that's gonna live here. And we're working on this second bedroom that is actually, it's not a bedroom, it's going to be kind of more of an office space, a little workshop. I used this desk from the Crystal Creation stuff pack and put in a typewriter. And over on this side, I'm putting in a couple of bookshelves, of course, again, from Crystal Creations, probably one of my favorite stuff packs ever. And yeah, also adding some plants. And there's this like awkward corner here that I do end up putting like cat trees on, or not cat trees, but the like cat scratching post. It was just the perfect tiny little nook for that. And I think that we need more pet items. In my house, for my cats, we have their like jumping posts against the wall, so like they look like shelves on the wall for them to play on, and I think that that would be really fun and way more functional because the cat trees that we have in the game are so chunky and like hard to fit into spaces nicely. So I mean, they're probably done with the pet themed I don't know, items, packs, etc. But I don't know, that could be kind of fun if they happen to update any of the existing pet packs. But yeah, over here, just adding some rugs. I thought about using this one from Backyard Stuff. Something that I also noticed about Tauruses is that they tend to be very spiritual, at least the ones in my life. So I thought it would be fitting to add this rug from Crystal Creations, and I do end up adding a couple more little like woo-woo items. I can say that because I'm also a little bit woo-woo. But yeah, I really like this like rug collage that I create in here. But I also put in an easel, and yeah, here's where I put in the typewriter from Cottage Living. I love that typewriter. I really want one in real life. And speaking of typewriters, so I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to make this Taurus apartment yet, because there's another little project that I've decided to kind of like, okay, I'll finish this first and then I'll post it. So hopefully if I finish it in time, it is going to be my next video, which is a build inspired by the Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. I have made a couple of Taylor Swift themed builds already that are inspired by her albums, but this one is, I mean, it's 31 songs. So it's a lot of things that I should add to this build, and I have a very large idea in mind, but I am so excited to work on it. I hope that you guys are into that. If you're not, then just wait for the build after that, because it's really exciting. I really love it, and I think that I might have let some of the inspiration that I had in my head for the Tortured Poets Department build seep into this one here. But anyways, keep your eye out for that, because we are finally at the screenshots. This was really fun. I really like this build. I added a lot of extra plants in post-production and a lot of cat items you can see there. I added the little pet bed and just, yeah, a lot of extra clutter around. There you can kind of already peek at at this island here. Ended up looking so much better. I'm really glad that I changed the bar stools as well. I think that both the swatch on these and like their general like style, it just like works way better, and yeah, it feels like really inviting. I think, like I said, like Tauruses really like to make their homes feel like a home. So this is perfect for having their friends over, feel all cozy and loved in here. Look at this space. I love this space so much. I'm really excited to do this again in the future, because it adds so much light and like extra, I don't know, it adds a lot of life as well. It brings the outside in, so it's really nice, especially for like an apartment. This is the hallway. This is like what the hallway ends up looking like. I think it's way better than what I had before. And here's our bathroom. You can see all the clutter and the cat litter box. Very interesting stuff. And this is our little office workshop area. I added just like plants, I think, around. Yeah, just like some clutter on the shelves, on the desk, and there you can see a little bit of the cat trees that I added, and yeah, extra plants, because you can never have too many. Especially if you ask a Taurus, they'll say you can never have too many. And this is our bedroom. I love the way this bedroom turned out, and I really love the screenshots that I got to take of it. I think they feel very cinematic. And there above the bed, I added some baskets, and there you can see a little bit of that other like green wall that I added on the side. But yeah, I didn't change this room too much. I think it was already perfect, but I might be a little bit biased on that one. And here is our balcony with the easel that I added. I think it's really cute. You can definitely imagine this person just sitting there painting. And yeah, this brings us to our last screenshot. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Bye buds, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Comment and share with your friends. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.